Jacksonville State soccer rolls on. They're now 10-2-1 on the season. Over the weekend, beating both Eastern Illinois and Southern Illinois Edwardsville. A shutout Friday night. 1-0 was the final. Then they held off SIU Edwardsville and won it 3-2 on Sunday afternoon. You're now 3-0 in Ohio Valley Conference play. Smile, Coach Carlson. It's good times right now. Two good outings again. One, I guess, was the 1-0 game was defensive, I guess, for the most part. And then a couple of penalty kicks played a big part in Sunday's contest, didn't it?
I thought the 1-0 result should have been better. I thought we had better chances on Friday night to probably put more points on the board. So, I mean, we walked away 1-0, but we dominated the game. We were good in the middle of the park, and we were good in possession against them. And, they came out and played hard, but we had an agenda, and we met it. And we just needed to finish more to put the game away.
You were recognized again by the OVC this week. Katie Mans and Katelyn Geddings both for the second time this year for their play in the contest over the weekend.
Yeah, they played 180 minutes. They both played both games, did a great job. Their perseverance and their relentlessness so far has been superior. Geddings came up really big for us on Sunday's game. She made some big-time saves and held on to the ball. And, Katie's just done a good job of keeping the midfield organized and keeping the leadership going in the middle of the park. And, they're on a mission. They have a goal set in mind, and they know they just have to take it one game at a time.
Well, they are two of your seniors, but that senior class, it's a tight, close-knit bunch right now, isn't it?
It is. We're getting a lot of minutes from about 4 or 5 of them right now, and the other ones are sharing a little bit of time. But the continuity's been very, very important, and I think everybody has an understanding of what their roles are and what next steps they have to keep making to get there. And we're going to rely a lot on our bench and our reserve players because, this deep into the season, fatigue sets in. We've been very fortunate and blessed that we haven't had any bad injuries. And, right now I think they know that, and I think they're fit, and they just have to keep it one game at a time, and we got to rely on everyone.
Big road trip coming up this weekend, Friday at Eastern Kentucky and then Sunday afternoon at Morehead State, and this will be a test for you, won't it?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough road game test for us. We got this monkey on our back now doing so well, and everybody's after us. And, we have to keep our composure and be mature and approach the game with the same continuity and the same goal in mind in that first phase of each match, of what our strategy is going into each team. We haven't had to change a lot for each team, and really it's, who's going to want it more. The OVC is a tight conference that's competitive. Morehead State hasn't won a lot of games. EKU's sitting right underneath us, but the games are always going to be tight because everybody knows when it's OVC play, the games are pretty close. You
mentioned getting deep into the season now. In your training, do you taper off a little bit from the time you're out there and go more mental than physical? How do you change anything at this point in time?
Well, we lighten up on a few things. We're not as heavy in the weight room. We train a lot more of the players that aren't getting a significant amount of minutes and try to pull back a little bit of the load on those that are getting a significant amount of minutes. Wednesday's a harder day for us because obviously it's a prep day going into a Friday game. But typically Mondays and Thursdays are lighter. We're not on the field as long, but we're asking a lot more time from those that maybe aren't getting as many minutes and getting more attention from us so they're ready to step onto the field and make an impact.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Jacksonville State soccer coach Julie Carlson, the ladies on the road this weekend, a huge Ohio Valley Conference weekend and travel for them Friday afternoon at Eastern Kentucky, then Sunday afternoon wrapping up the road trip at Morehead State. Jacksonville State soccer team 3-0 sitting atop the Ohio Valley Conference standings. They swept this past weekend, knocking off Eastern Illinois Friday night, a 1-0 shutout win, and then Sunday afternoon they held off Southern Illinois Edwardsville to win that 3-2. For the second time this season, Katie Mans has been named the Defensive Player of the Week in the OVC for the second time this year, and the third time in her career. Katelyn Geddings was named the OVC Goalkeeper of the Week. A shutout Friday night. They are 5th of the season, which leads the league, I do believe. And then 18 saves on Sunday in the win, and that's the third most saves in the history of in a single game in the history of the Jacksonville State program. You're smiling, and you should be. You're 3-0 and 10-2-1 overall. Did you feel that you played very well this weekend with that shutout and then with the game Sunday?
Yes, sir. I was very happy about the game on Friday. In the game on Friday, I didn't do very much. I had about 7 saves, and then Sunday was totally different. I feel like Sunday's game against SIUE was just like last year's game at their place against them. I was very busy in both halves.
They peppered, over 20 shots, over 25 shots against you, which is a bit unusual in one game, isn't it?
Yes, sir, it is. There was a lot of shots to handle.
Do you like it like that, though, when you're getting a lot of action?
It's fun, but then again, it's nerve-wracking because you have teams taking so many shots on you, but, I mean, then you're getting action in a game. But I would prefer not to handle the ball so many times.
One of their goals came on a penalty kick. It's a tough situation that you're in there. What's going through your mind? What are you thinking about as they get ready for the penalty kick?
You try to clear your mind and not listen to anybody else out there, and you try to focus on what end they're looking at in the goal, and you just try to guess which way they're going to go.
So you've got to anticipate. Do you look at their eyes? Can you tell maybe by their body language or anything what they may do?
You can sometimes tell by their body language, but then they're trying to throw you off as well. So then you just go off instinct of which way you think they're going to go.
10-2-1 overall, 3-0 in the league. Coming into this season, did you think this team would be where it is right now?
I did, actually. We came in July and practiced with each other, and you could just see the potential that we all had with each other and just conforming as a group together.
All right, you can breathe now. You're done, okay? All right, Katie, second time this year you've been the Defensive Player of the Week, and you also had an assist. And you lead the Ohio Valley Conference with 5 assists so far this season. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Yes, you're on top. Lead the team and the OVC. Go back, if you will, Friday night, EIU, and then Sunday, SIU, Edwardsville. Just your thoughts on the 2 wins in those games for you.
They're both really big wins for us. Any win in conference is big. So, 3-0, at this point we have a target on our back, and we know that, but it's better to have a target than no target, I guess. Sunday was a little bit tough with the weather conditions, playing in the rain, and we kind of let them have a few more shots than we would have liked. So we're going to work on that at practice this week, clean that up, and then just be ready to head into this weekend and prevent that from happening.
From the shot standpoint, was SIU Edwardsville the most aggressive team you've played this season?
Yeah, they were good on the ball. They were aggressive with coming forward and taking risks and taking shots, and that's what they needed to do when they put the pressure on us. So we found a way to, just keep the lead, and that we pulled out a win, so that was good.
Now, you're from California. Met your mom over the weekend, and you were telling me she's here for every home game that we have?
Yeah, she's my biggest fan. She comes in for every home game, flies in, stays with me in my apartment, and, it's nice to have Mom in for the weekend. And
has she been doing that the whole time you've been here, or is she just doing it your senior season?
She's been coming in ever since my freshman year, but for my senior year, she's here for every home game. But other than that, she's been out here as much as she can, and I see my dad a lot too, and on the road they come out to the away games sometimes when they can too.
Ask you the same question I asked Katelyn. Did you expect this team to be 10-2-1 and 3-0 in the league right now?
I agree with her. I expected it coming in from July. You could see the chemistry that was forming between us and the potential that this group had. And coming in July kind of gives us a little bit of advantage to get to know each other earlier than other teams. So I think that definitely has helped add to our success this season.
All right, ladies, congratulations. Keep it going. Women are on the road this week. They'll play at Eastern Kentucky Friday afternoon and then move from there to Sunday afternoon's contest up at Morehead State and then come back home here next week at the JSU Soccer Field.